Yeah, so it is now the following morning, and you guys are getting ready to head out to Valentine. Is there anything anybody wants to do, like last minute?
Other than stock up on ammo and supplies, no.
Okay.
Not for Isaac anyway.
No, I figured they would have done that during the 3 days.
Yeah, but he always likes to make sure he has everything.
Yeah, well, double check. That's always good.
No, I'm good to go. Excuse me.
And I'm guessing you guys are going by horses, not by train.
Yeah.
After the last
100%.
time.
I thought we were having a pretty good time. I don't know what you guys are worrying about.
Yes, that's another thing for renown, We survived a train crash without even a scratch.
Yeah, so let's see. I believe last time you guys headed out to Valentine, we decided it was a 2-day trip, if I remember right.
I believe it was, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay. Yeah, so on the first night on the road, you notice that the moon is less red. It's kind of more of a pinkish color now.
Well, that's a good sign, even if it stayed longer than it should have.
You think it's gonna go away now?
Yeah, it'll go away.
Eventually.
So what's our first order of business when we get there?
Oh, do you still have that letter?
Yeah, somewhere in my satchel.
Why don't we read that and we'll see if it tells us where to go.
Okay. And so Heath goes into the his satchel and pulls out the letter and opens it up to read. It's been a while.
Oh, it has been a while because I don't remember what it said either.
So wah 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 wah.
I don't remember it even being talked about.
I don't think
It
We
was.
grabbed the letter and started running in wolf form.
Yeah, we never did actually open it up and read it.
Oh, whoops.
Well, to be fair, Heath didn't say he had it.
Nobody asked until later. It's like, oh, by the way, I have this. Do you have that?
Yeah,
No.
I vaguely
I like it.
Yeah, I vaguely remember Heath grabbed it.
Hmm.
I think I described what it said a little bit, and then it never came up again.
Yeah, it was something about the person that was putting out the notice to kill the bison. And you said it had a name on it, yeah?
Yeah, it's beyond the letter. It's basically basically a job notice or a bounty of sorts that is rewarding. Let's say $10 for every bison horn or every pair of bison horns, and it says to seek out a Blake stone in Valentine.
A Blake Stone or Blake Stone?
Blake stone.
Yeah.
Blake Stone. All right. Well, after reading the letter and after snatching it from Heath and kind of giving him a side eye and reading it, kind of lifts it a bit. It's like, well, we can do this the easy way. Taps the end of his nose, or the hard way. I can find him.
Let's ride to Valentine. And when we're there, we'll use your nose.
All right. And you do that then.
Yep. Yeah. So the next day you arrive in Valentine. Looks like some of the ranchers have brought cattle and sheep in for auction. It's a busy day for this small little ranching town. The roads are as busy and as muddy as they usually are on auction days, and you can see the tavern is crowded. The small inn has a few people coming and going. It's the town's pretty busy today. Now, what would you guys like to do?
Well,
What time of day is it?
I'd say it's
say it.
about late morning, maybe around noon ish.
Okay.
I'm sensing so much right now. All right. Well, we can either go around and ask people who this guy is, or just find him. Do we want to make a hubbub, or
Let's just
let it be
find
known?
him. I don't
Right.
want anybody to know we're looking for him because I have a feeling they're going to find his body.
Right. So, Isaac would use Pulse of the Prey.
Okay.
Doesn't take a roll unless he's like actively trying to hide.
Okay.
Other than that, yeah, it'll have to be a contested roll. But
Okay.
basically, he can track down exactly where the dude is.
All right. Yeah. So you don't have to make a roll, and you get that sense of direction. It's like a gut feeling in your chest as it kind of pulls you along. And on the edge of town opposite of the cattle auction, and maybe just before some of the pig pens that are behind the saloon, the group of you come across a small shack looking building, and it looks like a really it almost looks like it looks like a really small storefront, and on in the window there's a few kind of trinkets hanging in the window, and you guys notice some hanging talismans from the window. A few of them look like a few of the excuse me. This flu. But yeah, you come across this small building. It looks like a storefront. It looks like a store. And hanging on the front porch of this building are a few talisman-looking objects. Some of them have crystals and feathers in them. One or two of them look like Native American dream catchers. And the sign hanging in front of the building says spiritual objects and remedies. And by the front door of this small store that's almost separated and detached from the rest of the town, there's a small end table, and it looks like it has a small stack of pamphlets. And through the window you can see a few people inside. It looks like almost like half store and half smoking lounge. And a few of the people on the inside, as you're probably looking in, they look fairly well dressed. Definitely a little bit higher wealth class than most of the ranchers or local townsfolk.
All right. So yeah, he leads them through and over there, and there are windows where they just pretty much look in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll look in. Not like, obviously pressing against the window and everything, just kind of get an idea on who's inside.
Are the pamphlets on the outside or on the inside?
The pamphlets are on the outside.
So he gets off his horse and ties it up in front of the place and goes and grabs one of the pamphlets.
Oh, he's here. Don't think you need my nose to tell which one is which.
I wouldn't think so. Pull out the horns. Let me get them.
Oh, Isaac looks over at Heath, motions for the bag so he can throw it over.
And then he just walks over and looks at his saddlebags and just pulls out the bag of horns. Catch! And just
Catches
tosses
them.
over.
He glances in the window again and says, I thought I was going to have you guys do this. These people are dressed more like my kind of people.
Yep.
I did not expect that.
Something told me.
And the pamphlets, the pamphlets are these small informational kind of little booklets talking about basically a spiritual society. It doesn't say the full name. The pamphlets seem kind of vague, but they list a few questions like, have you ever felt like you haven't belonged your entire life? Are you looking for a place to belong? And very general, vague questions. And there's even like a small questionnaire that's kind of like a astrology horoscope. And there is an emblem on the pamphlet. Give me just 1 second. I saved the picture. I'm going to put in the IC voice box. The front of the pamphlet has this symbol on it.
That's a weird ass symbol.
Yeah, sort of.
Can you rate this thing? You went to law school, so
Yeah, I went to law school, not dead language school.
you got the most education out of all of us.
Shit, give me a second.
Well, the first word, society, Lune, that's the moon.
Uh-huh. What's
Like-
erudita
Erudita, intelligence.
and lacrimandi?
That's the one I'm having the most trouble with.
The Intelligent Lulu Society lacrimandi.
I don't think it would be intelligence. To
Oh.
be an erudite is an intelligent individual.
Hmm.
I mean, wasn't there a song by Mozart, Lacrimosa, I think it was? Doesn't that mean crying, weeping? I mean, there's an eye on it, crying.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So it's a moon society that cries.
It almost sounds Karoo. I mean, all right, it's just Society of the Crying Moon, something like that.
Would that be something I could think of? Like, would Latin be considered a cult?
I was actually gonna ask if you guys wanted to do like intelligence occult or intelligence academics.
Maybe
Yeah.
give intelligence a cult a try. What's the,
Yeah, I'll try that intelligence in occult.
I want to try it too, but my lever's so low.
alright, let's see if I can do this roll thing right, because I always get it wrong. Button. I think I did that right.
Looks like it.
Okay.
All right, and that was intelligence occult.
Yeah, that was intelligence cult.
Okay.
He does not have academics. Oh,
Once
How the fuck can I roll that many fucking ones?
thing. So that was. So what? Does the agent does not know anything? Oh God. Let's see. Do
does
I
a
even?
cult win over? Oh wait, no, you did a cult too.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
Your academics is lower than your cult.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
He's
just gonna
not a
go.
teacher, he's a lawyer.
Yeah, that's true.
He's
That's
not an academic. He doesn't do the study thing. He just
Yeah, I gotcha.
Me next. Ta-da!
1.
One.
Actually, I think that crit makes it a 2.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Got two.
I mean, why not? Why not, Laz? Go for it.
Yeah,
You
why
can
not?
Yeah, go for it,
roll
Laz.
dice. We're all just kind of standing around staring at this symbol.
I have no academics or occult knowledge.
neither
Wait.
does Laz apparently.
So wait. So out of all of us, Heath is the one who knows the most of this.
Yeah, maybe he saw it on the side of a fucking delivery or some shit and asked about it. I don't know.
So, great man in the sky. What do I know about this? I guess.
Hold on a second. All right. All right. So let's see. Isaac and Heath. So Adrian and Laz are just scratching their heads. They just having no luck trying to figure out like what this symbol means or what it could represent. I'd say Adrian does an okay translation of the Latin on the symbol. But so Isaac, you've heard of this group before, at least enough to know their name. They are the Enlightened Society of the Weeping Moon.
Okay.
And both of you, both Isaac and Heath, both of you know that it's a very secretive society. Think of it along the lines of like the Masons or the Illuminati. It's like a secret brotherhood. But I'd say Heath, you know that with 2 successes, let's say Heath has probably heard more about the society before he had his first change. They move they're very quiet and subtle in their movements. There's a lot of wealthy people that are members of this society. And Heath, as far as you know, they're like a very progressive, forward moving secret society. They welcome people of all races and creeds. Both men and women are in its membership. As far as you know, Heath, they do a lot of good things. They usually help communities, struggling communities, and they are very welcoming in their membership. But beyond that, you don't know much.
Okay.
It's like a secret spiritual society.
So he's gonna take the pamphlet from Adrian's hand. I think Adrian is the one who has it, right?
Yep.
So he takes it and he looks at it very close. It's like, wait a minute. This can't be right. I heard of this thing. it's made of mostly rich assholes that, as much know as they are, they do help a lot of places. Though that still has the question out there that why would they be the ones, doing the whole bison thing? As far as I know, they welcome everybody who's, well, rich enough, and they're very secretive. The only reason that I heard of it is mostly because of, well, the amount of wealth that I got in such a short time. Granted, I'm not proper enough to join, and they probably would never want me before all this.
Actually, I will say, they it's not just rich people, it's people of all like wealth classes. But usually the high ranking members are pretty rich. Think like I guess I guess Scientology would be a good comparison.
Oh, there you go. And but yeah, it's this group, the Society of the Enlightened of the Weeping Moon, or something like that. They tend to not stick their nose directly, or at least not this boldly. They're more of a hidden in the shadows. They do a lot of good stuff, and they invite a lot of people, no matter what you are. Yes, most of them are filthy fucking rich, but there's some others in there.
You know what that actually is?
Sure, what is it?
Dollars to donuts. Going off of the moon iconography and you telling me that all the big wig members are rich.
Dollars to
It's a
donuts?
it's a vampire society.
A vampire society?
Yeah, it's probably run by vampires.
Oh, well, that would explain
That's a
why.
mighty leap there.
Why
Isn't
not?
this, isn't this overreaching?
Why not? They don't outwardly dig around in things.
No, they're very.
They're calling themselves a society of the night by calling themselves the enlightened society of the weeping moon. And why would they tell people to go around and collect antlers and horns from animals to draw out the werewolves so they can get us?
Oh, wonderful.
I don't know if that's a good assumption or you're being paranoid.
Well, I'm being paranoid, and
Okay,
it's a logical step. Doesn't mean it's true. It's just logical.
so let's say that you are right, and this society is a bunch of vampires, which honestly, until now, I didn't think they existed. But what do we do then if they
When I
don't?
told you that the room filled with dolls used to be owned by a vampire, did you think I was talking in metaphor?
Yeah, honestly, like, I mean, the whole, like, Gilda Ray from France and all that, and a bunch of old weird-ass alchemy. Look, to be honest, like, I didn't even believe in werewolves until, all this.
Yeah.
So, why the hell do you think I would believe in vampires?
Why wouldn't you? You believe in werewolves.
Now I do, because it's because, well, and then he sort of pinches his own cheek. I exist, so, and it hurts that much that I'm still here, so I'm assuming that I'm real.
You guys want to check out this society?
Well, I mean, at the very least, you and I could probably.
Oh, I can get in.
You two
I won't
corrupts
even-
wells.
I won't even need the full $1 million that I got. I can get in.
We could even direct the other two to see. Actually, not even that. I'm not very good at high society, so.
Well, you know what? Let me see. Let me see what I can do. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get paid.
I was just about to say, as you guys are talking, you see somebody walk out of the building, and he looks like like a hunter, a trapper. Like he's wearing some animal skins, and he's counting the dollar bills in his hand and tucks them in his pocket as he walks out and tips his hat to the four of you and goes on his way.
Yeah, tips his hat to the guy, shakes the bag of horns, goes back up, grabs another pamphlet, puts it in his jacket pocket, kind of sticking out, and he walks into the building.
Should we follow him or something?
Yep, he walks in also a little bit afterwards, but he's not going to follow him. He's going to kind of keep his distance a bit, mainly keeping his attention on Lake. Now, actually, question I have: how do you do polls? Does he know exactly who Blake is? Or does he have a general idea of his? Like, there's a group of people. Will he pinpoint the person, or just know that he's in that group?
Let me read the gift really quick.
Yeah, it's kind of vague.
Damn white wolf.
I think it's vague because it's left up to the storyteller.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know which way you want to play it.
And when the storyteller's sick and tired, he just wants it dead set ruled.
Or just be dead, one or the other, honestly.
Well, there is that.
Well, I mean, the description of the gift says this unerring sense of direction works anywhere and is useful for tracking spirit through the deep umbra as Pentex executives through Baltimore. So I want to say, like, Isaac knows exactly where this guy is. That's the vibe that I'm getting from the description of the gift.
Okay, so in a crowd, if he's near a crowd, he'll get a general sense that he's in that crowd, but won't know the exact person.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, all right. In this case, it's easy, but just for future,
But yeah, as the group of you walk in, the front half of the building is it's basically set up like a store, and there's like the faint scent of incense. There's on the shelves there's various kinds of, I guess, occultist items, like some crystals, Native American dream catchers, and other various trinkets. There's even a small bookshelf that has some books on various spiritual topics like astrology, horoscopes, and other things. And the clerk in the front, welcomes all of you, and he says, "Feel free to make yourselves at home." And in the other half of this building, there's a small smoking lounge. There's even like a very small bar and a few people talking. At first glance, it looks like there are. Oh, excuse me. At first glance, it looks like there's quite a few wealthy people here, but then you also notice there's also looks like some ranchers, and a few other working class people here too. And Isaac, your pulse of the prey points you towards Blake Stone. He is standing by the bar, or he's sitting at the bar, talking to this woman. It sounds like he's talking business, talking about some of his business pursuits, and all of you recognize him. It's the man that you lured into the rising sun 2 days ago.
This motherfucker.
Well, you should have just said V on it.
I'm not
Well, maybe
surprised.
this gets a little bit more interesting now. Now we get to play with him.
No, brother.
And at the moment, he has his back turned. He's turned away from the group of you. He doesn't know you're there.
He goes to the counter, not the bar part, but stays in the occult side. Walks up to the counter, the guy that welcomed him, and shows him opens up the bag of horns and shows it to him. Just kind of a wordlessly saying, "This is what I'm here for."
And the clerk nods, and he points over to where Blake Stone is over at the bar, and he says, I believe that is part of the... I assume you have business with Mr. Stone?
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
He glances around the store again, and then he goes over to the bar side and walks up to the bar. Now, Mr. Stone is on which side of the bar? The server side or the customer side?
The customer side.
Okay, he goes up behind him, but goes up to the bar, drops the bag of horns on the bar, and then looks to the bartender and holds up a finger, just one, whatever, just give me something to drink, kind of deal.
And the bartender serves you something to drink, and this Blake Stone is almost completely distracted talking to this woman, and he he says, "I have a few business interests in New Hanover and Lemoyne, and yes, the rumors are true. I have been doing business with Leviticus Cornwall." And the lady he's talking to sounds like really impressed. And then you drop the bag of horns on the counter, and he jumps a little bit and pauses pauses a second to compose himself before he looks over, and you see for a moment the color drain completely out of his face as he looks like he's just seen a ghost, and he pauses as if he's not sure what to say, and before he gives this very fake smile and says, "Oh, how can I help you today, sir?"
He just smiles and points at the bag with the horns in it. You can pay me.
And he gives you a look, like he squints at you a little bit and kind of glances around him, and he reaches over to count the horns in the bag. Let's say he finds like 4 pairs, so 8 altogether. I forgot how to math for a second there, and he
Don't die.
and he reaches into the inside of his jacket pocket and he pulls out the money. It adds up to about $80 for the 4 pairs of horns, and he hands it over. And as you reach over to take the money, he holds onto this stack of bills with a tight grip for a moment, and he says, if you had... Hold on, give me a second as I try to think of what he's going to say. Yeah, he holds onto this stack of bills with a tight grip for a few moments, and he says, for future purposes, sir, I would prefer if you don't harass me for future purposes, sir, for any future business you wish to conduct with me, I hope that next time you don't lure me into a bar full of thugs and ruffians and pursue me across 2 states just for $80. And he says this pretty loudly too, as he draws in some looks just like you did to him in Saint Denis.
He just stands there smiling, holding onto the money, waiting for him to let it go.
And he lets go.
He lifts it, pulls it out, counts it, and then puts $40 back onto the counter and says, "The letter said $10 per pair. You owe me $40, not $80."
I blame the flu, but for this, for this, let's just...
Price might have gone up since then.
Oh, yeah?
It's been almost a month, so the price might have gone up. They might be getting more desperate. We don't know. But afterwards, he just holds the $40 out towards one of the guys so they can walk by and take it.
Oh, brother.
He nudges Heath to do that. Isaac's just standing by the door for now.
And then he's just gonna grab the other 40.
I didn't
never-
pursue. Now he's going to just talk back to the guy. I didn't pursue you. We came out. We knew of the letter. We shot some damn buffalo on the way over. Got their horns saying, "Hey, we know we're going to get paid $10 a set." Much to my surprise, it's you doing the will of Leviticus Cornwall. I believe that's the name he said.
And he corrects you and says Leviticus Cornwall. Yeah.
Cornwall?
Leviticus Cornwall, he says. As I stumble over my own words.
It's all good, no worries.
It's in character anyway.
He's nervous.
Yeah.
There you go.
He's nervous. There's 4 werewolves in the same building as him. He's nervous.
Does he know they're werewolves?
No.
We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know if he knows.
At
Never
this
mind
point,
that.
Everybody's nervous.
I mean, just like the aura of rage in general. That's what I meant.
Mm.
Yeah, I got that.
Everybody's nervous but Adrian.
I'm just a sack of anger.
Cocky son of a bitch. Leviticus Cornwall. Well, we have a name. That means Isaac can track. Well, I don't care what you do out here. As long as you're not doing whatever you were doing inside my city, it's fine. Then he pulls out the pamphlet and he looks at it a moment. And looks at him and goes, "You have anything to do with these people?"
And he pauses for a moment, and he says, "Yeah." And he pauses for a moment, and he says, "It just so happens I am I am a member of the society. This is one of our outposts here in this region of the country.
Maybe I judged you too quickly. I kind of like what this pamphlet has to say. What's like involved in getting in? I mean, I don't just have to walk up to the front door and say, "Hey, I'm a Harvard lawyer," right? It's something you got to do.
And he pauses for a moment, and he looks like he really does not want to answer your questions, or even worse, be associated in the same circles as you. And he says, there is a questionnaire in the back of the pamphlet. If you go to one of the larger outposts, say in Saint Denis or Blackwater, there is a lounge over in your city, and they'll ask you a few questions and discuss the goals and purpose of the Brotherhood as a whole.
Okay, I might have to look into that.
And you can see the disdain on his face as you say that.
He
And
just smiles. So how do you get so much money to pay this much for buffalo horn?
well, I have very wealthy associates, like I said to Miss Isabella here, and he gestures to the woman that he was talking to, and he says, the Cornwall kerosene. Well, yeah, brain fart. Hold on a second. Let me just double check something really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he says the Cornwall Kerosene and Tar Company is very interested in the land where the reservation is, but they can't. Well, unfortunately, they can't trespass onto government land. Actually, hold on. Give me a second.
Take your time.
Oh yeah, yeah. So he says the Cornwall Kerosene and Tar Company is interested in the land that the Rapidi Reservation is located on. And we have tried numerous times the company has tried numerous times to negotiate terms of purchase. Now, very reasonable negotiations as well, but both the government and the Indians are both unwilling to sell or give up the land.
Damn savages. Have you tried taking their children?
And he blinks at that and says, "No, goodness, no." Now we
I'm
have.
going to make a roll real quick. Hold on. I think it's a roll. I gotta look it up in the book.
What are you trying to do?
Truth of Gaia.
Truth of God.
I know I roll. It's a gift. I know I roll manipulation and subterfuge, and it's a difficulty 6, and depending on the amount of successes I get, but I think he gets to roll something too, but usually with a human it's not that hard for a guru to get what he wants. Basically all I want to know is, did he lie when he said goodness no?
Okay.
So I'm looking up the book.
Oh, yeah, it looks like intelligence, empathy against manipulation and subterfuge. But
Yes.
since this guy is a regular human, it works immediately. Like, you don't have to roll for it.
I don't have to roll. There's no chance that I would actually fail.
Yeah, there's no chance that you would actually fail since you're using a gift.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he is telling the truth. He's not involved in kidnapping any children.
And he almost seems like he doesn't even know that it happened.
Yeah.
He nods, pushes the extra 40 back over, the one he put on the counter to begin with, and says, "That's a good answer. Shouldn't be doing shit like that."
Well, quick question. Well, actually, yes, one quick thing. During that part though, Isaac would look around to see if maybe there's if other people are paying attention to the conversation, or see if there's any particular reaction to the accusation of taking children. See if any of these people are questionable that way.
Yeah, there's a few people listening to the conversation. There's probably a few. They've probably gone back to their own conversations, but they're listening, and when Adrian brings up kidnapping children, there's a few kind of surprised and shocked looks and reactions. Like none of the people here were aware of that going on. Like
All right.
I'd say like the gathering's pretty mixed. Like I mean it's mostly white people, but you do see a few people of color, and even a few women mixed in too. So like what Heath was mentioning before about this being a progressive group definitely wasn't a lie, and the mention of kidnapping children definitely shocks a few people, and there's maybe like a few that are like, "What's this guy talking about?"
I gotcha.
Yeah, and Blake Stone, he pauses for a moment and says, "Well, I know you're not favorable to my methods of conducting my business, but we have offered reasonable compensation, even offered to help find even suitable larger parcels of land for them to resettle. But the chief of the reservation is as stubborn as a mule."
Some people are that way, I guess. Sorry, I'm looking up something. He's gonna just offer him a good day at that and walk out.
He falls
Slowly just flicking at the pamphlet and thinking,
So what's the plan? Just let him walk?
this guy's just a messenger. He's a yes man. I mean, if y'all want to kill him, go ahead and kill him. I don't give a shit. But it in the end, it'll serve no purpose. He already gave me the name of his boss, so we can find this guy,
Leviticus Cornwall.
owner of Cornwall Kerosene.
Not just that.
Yeah,
That
there's
guy-
other things.
Head of the snake, huh?
Yeah, I'll say that, yeah, you recognize the name Leviticus Cornwall. He's the owner of the City Railway Company, the Cornwall Company Freight Yard, Kerosene and Tar, Southern and Eastern Railway, and Jameson Mining and Coal Company. So you guys know who he is. He's basically one of the big business tycoons.
He's one of the few people in the area richer than me.
I'm almost not surprised that he's involved in this.
Yeah, this guy's just, all he seems to be here for is to hand out money to anybody willing to do their dirty work.
Did we go back to Saint Denis? That is where Cornwall usually is.
Which direction is Cornwall in, Isaac?
Well, he would not have to roll, so yeah, he would focus on the name.
Okay.
See if he tugs him in any particular direction.
Yeah, it tugs you towards like the kind of towards northeast. I'm gonna say the gift gives you like kind of a sense of distance too, and the gift is telling you that he's too far away to really track accurately.
All right, north, like as in towards the reservation area, or is that more?
Like north, as in a completely different region
Okay.
of the country altogether.
Oh wow. So yeah, he feels that extremely faint sense. Well, I don't know if it'll be worth even going after him. Take weeks, if not more. At least for now, anyway.
You'll get the feeling that we'd find more answers at the oil fields.
Yeah.
He owns the oil fields. He has to own the oil fields. And they're trying to get they're trying to get rid of the natives so they can do something with the land. The land must be worth more in it to an industrial people, they think, than to the indigenous people.
Well, we can always go sniffing around there. I believe that was the plan when we first started this.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
Now, since we're here, pick up any supplies that you need that we might have used on the road or anything you might have forgotten. Grab yourself a warm meal, and we'll leave in an hour or two. Start heading towards the fields. We'll camp out in the heartlands tonight. Get to the oil fields probably early in the morning.
All right,
Sounds good.
I'm gonna go eat.
I'll be back in like 3 minutes.
Okay, okie doke.
He's been trying to get his plate fixed.
So, Laszlo, what do you think so far? You've been seeming a little bit quiet.
And Laz says, "I wasn't expecting all these familiar names. All of these being two.
Yeah, but unfortunately, those two names are very involved within Sending itself. As much as I hate to say it, and I really do, it's not gonna be easy to mess with Cornwall. A single wrong move, and I wouldn't have any doubt that he'll even get the Pinkertons involved, labeling us as bandits. So we're gonna need Adrian's help all the more involved in that.
And Lazarus says, do you think it's okay we cashed in the horns?
Well, it's not like we have anything else to do with them. And it's not exactly like we did it just for the money itself. We got a lot of information out of, what's-his-face.
Yep.
Even if it was a little less violent as a warlock.
Can't fix everything with fifths, Heath.
That's no fun, though.
Okay, he's still a candidate for a good killing.
And besides, it's not like we were the ones who took the horns from the bison themselves. We just had to use them for an end. That's it. And plus, now we have money that, well, I don't need, but we have money, so let's get you a nice meal before we get the hell out of here and fucking drown in what's left to be a wilderness for a few days.
Well, just think, it's money to help us toward our goal. Even though we don't need it, it'll still help.
The money was pointless.
Mm-hmm.
Think of it like this. The buffalo was killed for the money. Pointless. Completely pointless. But we took that, got information on it, so we can stop this from happening over and over and over again, thus giving the death actual meaning. Our actions are honorable, and now the buffalo can rest.
Heath is just gonna walk to the nearest restaurant while you guys are having this heart-to-heart with Lass.
Alright, so Heath, you head out to the outhouse. I'm assuming everybody's heading towards the saloon, or you're on your way to the saloon, perhaps?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so Heath, you are on your way to the outhouse, or so you say. How's Heath feeling right now? Because I feel like I could have sworn I heard like a in-character reaction from you during the conversation.
Heath is still feeling not as calm as he did a few days ago. He's almost back to normal.
Okay.
He
Let's... Oh,
doesn't like. I'll go for it. He doesn't like that we're going such a roundabout way to get the answers they're looking for.
mm-hmm.
But now that he knows that Cornwall is possibly involved, it's a matter of they cannot go any reckless as much as they want to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay. You know what? Go ahead and make a rage roll for me. It's just going to be a standard difficulty 6, as you know, with the reflecting on the information revealed from that conversation and the problem being bigger than perhaps Heath might have thought.
Do I just click the rage icon?
I believe so.
All right, let's see. Let's click this one and see. What's pool mod?
Just leave that at 0.
Okay, so
So I think it should roll
5 successes.
5, 6. Oh, hold on.
Wait, is that right?
Actually, let me double check something really quick.
Yeah, that doesn't seem right.
You know what? Just go ahead and roll a. Actually, hold on. Let me double check. That's gaining. I'm sorry. Give me a second. I'm trying to remember how regaining or getting rage works, but the book is being very vague, and I could have sworn you roll for it.
And during the downtime,
Because I know
I did roll for the meditation,
Yeah.
and I got enough successes for it to go down by 3.
Yeah.
You mean to gain rage?
To gain rage.
Look at the moon for the first time that night.
I
That's
mean,
one way.
There's other ways to gain rage too.
Yeah, just being pissy for the most part.
Yeah.
If somebody says something to piss you off, and
The way I always did it as a storyteller, if I remember correctly, and it's been a while, is whenever I had a character make a rage roll,
Mm-hmm.
it was to see if he or she frenzied. 5 successes means no frenzy, but then I say you just gained a point of temporary rage. And that's where your rage starts going up above, it can go up above the permanent stat block.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Okay, so I gain back my normal +1 then, right?
No, it'd just be 1 point.
1 point? Okay.
But 5 successes.
God damn. That's I think one of the best rolls I had.
in a rage roll, think of the successes as him successfully pushing the rage down so he
Oh.
doesn't frenzy.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you think of it, do a rage roll and you get 5 successes, you're thinking, well, shit, he just blew up. But it's more of a success of pushing the rage down and bottling it inside so he doesn't blow up.
Okay.
And that's why you want successes with that, is how well you can push it down.
Yeah, I'll double check
Sorry.
during the week, and we'll come back and we'll make any corrections as needed. Because I in the other game I play, and I swear we do it like the opposite. But
So every success goes down or goes up?
no, every success is like if it's like how the game that I play in does it. 5 successes would be a frenzy, but
I've
I
always
don't-
played that a botch with a frenzy.
uh,
Yeah, like one success you're barely holding on, but if you botch it, it's like a
Okay.
fox frenzy. But I don't know.
It's based on the storyteller, then I guess.
we'll just give you a point of rage for today.
Okay, we'll figure it out next time then.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I don't want to make it seem like I'm like punishing you for no reason. But yeah, so basically what happens is, Heath, you're thinking about all this and just the realization that the situation is maybe much larger than you thought or might have hoped, and it's just frustrating because the guy you've spent at least a week trying to track down is not the guy that's giving the orders, and you feel that just fire in your chest burn a little hotter.
Okay. I think I might have an answer for you, but yeah. So I guess we were playing it backwards.
Oh,
4 more successes is a frenzy,
oh
but
yeah.
you can stop it with a willpower point. So maybe you spent the
Okay.
yeah, 4 or more is a frenzy.
Hey Zest, do you want to go into a frenzy and kill Blake Stone
Jesus.
and cause a massive scene in town for drama? Or do you want to spend a point of willpower and just barely hold yourself back from going apeshit?
It depends. Who's around me right now?
I'd say the outhouse is kind of behind. The outhouse is behind the tavern, so there's like a few pig pens. There's that little shop, smoking lounge where Blake Stone is, and the people there. And there's probably like maybe a few ranchers like kind of trotting down the road on their horses.
Let's set the dice aside. How about that?
Okay.
All right.
Well, I mean, the
I
dice
will-
have already decided.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, like for me, like whether to use a willpower to
Oh, I
keep me
gotcha.
clean. Lowest
Yeah, you
frenzy,
can-
high is normal.
You
for
can either
1d10.
spend the willpower or you can roll it.
Let's see.
Difficulty is your own rage from
Oh.
memory.
1. I guess we're frenzying today.
All right.
Oh, that's a success, is it?
-1, or rather than 1.
-1?
Oh, sorry,
Uh,
1.
On my end, you rolled 2 dice. The first one that showed up is a 1,
And the other one's
and then you roll a
7.
7.
I must have clicked those twice by accident.
Oh boy.
Do you want to go with the first one then, Zest?
Sure, let's go with the
Alright.
first one.
Oh, motherfucker. Okay.
All right. All right. So Heath,
Son of a bitch.
you're just thinking about the situation, and the guy that you've been hunting for at least a week isn't the right person. There's somebody else. This whole situation is much larger than you anticipated, and there's just that feeling, or maybe even a thought in the back of your head telling you can just end it here and now by killing Blake Stone. And it's this compulsion to just do something, even if it's against your rational mind. And you feel that rage bubbling up out of your chest as your vision turns red, and you howl as loud as you can, and you just charge towards that small little shop and smoking lounge, completely disregarding anyone or anything that's in your way. You set out to kill Blake Stone, and everyone else Heath excuses himself to go to the outhouse, and then probably 2 minutes, 3 minutes later, you hear a howl, and you recognize it as Heath.
With Isaac at the door, would he be able to grab him, like, just before he rushes right back in?
The way I was picturing it was Heath was on his way to the outhouse, so he's like behind the saloon. Yeah, I'd say you could intercept him, but there's no way you can stop him in your Hamid form.
Oh, of course not.
All right.
He's not. Wait, did he shift?
Yes.
Yeah, well, you do instantly when you frenzy. Adrian was out by his horse getting his tea in his cup. Or I was about to say that, if that's okay.
That's okay.
So as soon as Heath does that, Isaac's at the door. Adrian jumps on his horse and tells Isaac, grab Laz, grab the 3 other horses, and follow us. And then he starts riding around the building, pulls out his pistol, and he shoots Heath. As soon as he knows he's running back to that building, that's the only thing that could have pissed him off. So he's going to ride his horse as hard as he can, shoot Heath to get his attention, and just hope to high hell that his horse can keep on running until Heath runs out of steam. Heath should attack the first thing that attacks him.
All right.
Hopefully, if I can hit him.
Go ahead and make the roll.
Don't fuck this up.
Half of me doesn't want to hit him. You know what? He's going to hit him no matter what. I'm going to burn 1 willpower for an automatic success.
All right, there we go. 1 success, so you do hit him.
Plus, I burnt a willpower, so that's
yeah.
technically 2. But
all right.
should I do damage just so we had? Well, it really isn't going to do much. It's bashing damage, but
yeah. Go ahead and roll damage. So since that's 2 successes, you get 1 extra die that carries over.
Yeah, and that's 5 bashing too.
All right.
So he's down. He should be half into hurt, right?
Let me take a look.
Yeah, he'd be half into hurt.
Heath, go ahead and roll stamina to soak that damage.
Stamina.
That's right.
Stamina.
So you do get extra stamina for being in Krynos form.
All right. So H plus 1 is equals to dice, right?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And you have +3 because you're in Krynos.
Okay. So
that would be 6. Yeah. There we go. So 1, 2, 3. All right. So you take 2 points of bashing damage, and Heath, you feel that bullet. You feel the bullet bury into your shoulder. It feels almost like somebody just gave you like a firm, sharp pinch. And then you turn and see Adrian on his horse. And you just...
Riding like a bat out of hell.
Riding like a bat out of hell. And you chase after him. And just in this frenzied state of mind, the first thought just in your head is just kill, rip, tear. All right, and then hopefully Adrian's horse can escape from a Krynos.
I have no idea what the stats of a horse are.
I don't know either. But Isaac and Laz, as the 2 of you are gathering the horses and following what's going on, you can see people just overwhelmed with fright as soon as they see Heath in his transformed state. Some of them just collapse and pass out. Others just run scrambling. Others just scream. You see maybe 1 or 2 people just pull out their gun and just shoot aimlessly and not even land close as Heath's frenzied form just rushes past. And it just seems like chaos just completely breaks out as even the other horses and cattle just freak out, except for your horses because you have the smell of man gift.
Seeing what Adrian's doing, he'll go away from the town in the opposite direction. Just, well, not opposite, more like making a V, and yell at Laz to follow his lead. And once he's at a certain distance, let's try to play whatever that. God, my brain is not working today.
Hot potato.
Anyway, yeah, hot potato. There you go. With Heath. So once he's at a certain distance, he'll try to distract as well. Don't know if he wants to shoot him though, because that might just keep the freaking frenzy going. But yeah, he would probably have to shoot him and get his attention. Could give that a go.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever we could do. I mean,
Yeah, he's trying
yeah,
to lead him
whatever
away
we
from
could
this.
do. As soon as Adrian got his attention, it was the fastest route out of town. It was the least amount of people that could see. Do what you got to do kind of deal. Once it's in the open, all I can say is start looking for a deer or something, a buffalo, anything that he can get his attention to. And I don't care if we got to shoot the fucker in the leg just so it can just so it can smell the blood, because if Heath gets a hold of any of them, we're fucked. Adrian's got one thing he could do, but it probably won't help against a frenzy.
But yeah, he would fire at him too. Play
Okay.
hot potato with the Heath until he runs out of steam, or until I don't know he catches one of them or runs into something to tear apart.
Yeah, they're trying to make a beeline. Yeah, trying to make a beeline just to keep Heath from killing any people
Yeah.
yet.
Okay, I'm gonna assume that's probably like away from the open plains, since that's where like the railroads and
Oh
main
yeah,
trails are.
definitely.
So
Yeah.
I'm imagining this is probably heading towards like maybe north or west of town towards the river.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right.
You-
Go ahead. Go ahead and make the dexterity firearms roll to shoot at Heath and play hot potato.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna pop some will in there.
All right, and then
Damage. Let's see, like extra successes. Don't want to freaking kill him. Well, it's bashing, so it'll probably just
Yeah.
knock him
Keep
out.
in mind it's bashing and he's in
Yeah.
Krynos. The gunshot that I gave him is already healed.
all right, and then and Heath, go ahead and make a 60-10 stam roll to soak the damage.
Let's see. Roll.
Yeah, you feel Heath, you feel the sharp sting as Isaac fires his Winchester rifle at you, and it's just like a sharp little sting, and then it's gone. You don't even
Bounces
feel
right
it.
off of him.
Yeah, it just bounces right off of you, more or less, and your attention is pulled towards Isaac, and then it's
Hot potato, hot potato.
just back and forth as each hit, it's like Heath almost catches up to Isaac's horse, and then his attention's diverted to Adrian, and then it's back to Isaac, and it's just this hot potato, and then eventually you manage to maneuver into this very unlucky small herd of deer, and the deer get ripped apart very mercilessly by a frenzied Heath.
As soon as he's at the deer and he's tearing into them, Adrian keeps riding. Yells at everybody, keep riding, get the fuck out of sight. Because Heath will not calm down until everything around him is not moving anymore.
Yeah, he'll definitely gesture Laz to just keep going since he's with him. I'm assuming.
Laz probably has Heath's horse,
Yeah.
which is why we can't let Laz shoot, because then Heath would get his
Yeah.
horse.
Yeah.
Well, it is Heath's horse. Who cares?
That Isaac would tell Laz just to keep riding once Heath got a hold of the deer.
No, that just wasn't nice.
Oh.
Well, we could give him you.
But yes, I am following. All right.
Perfect. So
Well,
once
that could
they're-
have gone a lot worse.
Yeah. Once they're far away enough and kind of gather up together again, about after a little bit of excitement, Isaac lights up a cigarette, kind of chuckles. Well, I guess we have dinner now, yeah.
If
If
there's
Keith leaves
anything
anything.
left.
But yeah, let's say after a few minutes, Heath, you start to come back to your senses. And you shift out of your Krynos form, and you remember being in town, and now you're by the river, surrounded by 3 dead deer that have been torn to shreds. And you see everybody riding back to you.
Is the river close by?
Well, we'll be there eventually.
I mean, the river, not you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, the river's close by.
Okay, so he stands up and looks at his body and realizes what happened. And he just walks over to the river and then just like collapses into the river to try to get the blood off him.
guess we should start carrying around an extra pair of clothes for him, huh? Yeah, likely would be.
It's okay. If he loses his shit, we get to shoot him again. So they ride up, and Adrian rides to the river now that they're safe and just waits for Heath to finish just sitting on the back of the horse.
Like, you're not even seeing his head. He's like fully submerged.
While Heath does that, Isaac's gonna dig around his pack and grab his lounging clothes, which is just a loose shirt and a loose pair of pants. Just wait for him to finish up. Probably check on the town after this.
He eventually comes back up with a loud gasp of air and just looks around at the three of you.
You done?
No. And he just dunks back into the water.
Alright, fair enough.
I'll shoot this motherfucker again.
Mind up throwing him into another frenzy.
Yeah, I know. Hey, Laszlo, would you mind collecting some firewood? We're going to camp out here tonight. Isaac, go ahead and start processing the deer so we can get our hot meal, if you don't mind.
And Laz says, "All right, boss," and gets to work on gathering some wood.
When he's done with that, just give him these. Isaac throws him the clothes, rides off.
He takes them and nods.
Once most everybody's gone, he comes back up from the water and then just looks at Adrian.
I know it's easier to say than it is to do, but sometimes you gotta let this shit go. That guy didn't know anything. We can kill him. You can go ahead and kill him. But you gotta keep your head about you. You just broke the litany.
I know.
Come on up. Isaac's got some clothes you can wear while you wash your clothes tonight. We're gonna camp out near here.
What next, though?
What do you mean, what's next?
Aren't I supposed to kill any who see me?
No. You know how hard it's gonna be for us to find all the people that saw you? I'm not killing half a damn city. Half those people... There's a thing called the delirium. More than half of those people by now think that there was a bear that ran through town. Nobody got hurt. Nobody got injured. The only person you ended up chasing was me. In the city, at least.
It's not just stone, Adrian. That was what my mind told me when this all happened. Yeah, it was easy to put a blame on stone. But it's not just that. I thought I was fine. I was perfectly fucking peachy. I was hale and hearty and...
Now you're haler and you're hardier.
Am I, though?
Yeah, trust me. We shot you 6 times. Do you even feel it?
That's exactly the goddamn point.
That's a good thing if you use it for the right reasons. He gets off his horse. He says, come on, man. Come on. Out of the water. I get it. Your entire life changed. You had no idea what the hell you were going to become or that they even existed. I do get it.
I tried to accept it, and even talking to Hans, I know we're family, but he seems so far beyond me.
He's just another asshole
No.
that thinks that whatever the hell is happening to him is completely normal, which for him it is. For me it is. But you know, it's taking Laz time to get through this. It took Isaac time to get through it. Most people do not expect the change. It gets better, okay?
Are you sure?
Yes. Think of it like a second puberty. A very violent, bloody, nasty puberty. Hair growing in places like everywhere. You know, claws growing, muscles growing.
I'm serious, Adrian.
I'm being serious too. This is who you are. Most of the people that sit there trying to deny it turn into hermits or they turn to the worm. I'm being serious when I tell you, let us help you take care of this. It's the only way you're going to survive it.
What if I lose control again? You were lucky this time that you were on your horse. I know
you're lucky that I was near my horse. I mean, if you were out of control and you were in a room with me, all I need is a shiny surface and you can't find me. But then the aftermath is something that I'm going to have to help you clean up. We're going to get this afternoon. You and Heath or you and Isaac, in the evening, maybe in the morning, we're gonna go out. You're gonna find a bear, and on our way back, we're gonna cut through Valentine before we go to the oil fields tomorrow, and we're gonna tell them that we found the bear that was running through the city. Here's its skin. They're gonna call us heroes and not even understand that they're technically calling the guy that was the bear the hero. We'll take care of this. We'll take care of you. Don't worry about it. Okay?
Okay. And he steps out of the water finally, but he keeps his eye on Adrian.
Holds out the clothes that Isaac gave him to him. No hands near his guns. His guns aren't out or anything.
Adrian, can you promise me something?
What's
And
that?
I know you. If I get close to hurting any one of you, can you please do everything you can to stop it?
Of course. Look, the way that was handled just now, me, Isaac, Laz, we've got this under control. We had that taken care of completely. Tomorrow, it'll be erased. No big deal. I'm not even going to tell the elders when we get home. All right?
Okay,
You ain't going to hurt us. You got to trust us.
I'll try.
Good. Now get cleaned up and go help Isaac
Okay.
dress the deer so we can eat tonight. Mm, Adrian's going to go tie up the horse and then start getting rocks in a circle so they can light their fire so Heath can get dry.
And he's just gonna change out of his clothes and into the ones that was lent to him, and he walked back to Isaac and began to help him dress down the deers, or the remains of the deers.
Right, yeah, it doesn't take him long to do all that. He's pretty used to, gutting and skinning and all that kind of stuff.
Micah needs out. Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
I can do it. Never mind. Anyway, yeah. He wouldn't mind the help. Even teach him how to do it if he doesn't know how. Go, Micah. Does he know how to dress a deer?
Yes, he was a hunter before becoming a businessman.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Then if Heath lets him know that, then he's not gonna bother showing him. And at one point, he might kind of send him off to help out Laz with the wood and whatnot. There's only 3 deer, and most of them are all filleted already.
They're very tenderized.
Yeah, just a little bit.
And so he meanders his way towards Laszlo.
Kind of giving Heath a reason to kind of burn off some energy.
You need help, Lass, with anything.
And Laz wipes sweat from his brow and he points at the wood that he's been gathering. And he says, "Yeah, I could use a hand getting firewood."
Okay. And Heath begins to look for more firewood.
Okay, and you guys gather firewood and make your camp along the bank of the Dakota River. And night passes by. The moon is still looking less red. It's a lighter shade of pink than it was the previous night, as it looks like it's starting to return to its normal color.
So they do the camp out at night.
Yep. Yeah, I was just saying you guys make camp along the banks of the Dakota River. You cook up the venison, and the moon is a even lighter shade of pink than it was before the previous night. It looks like it's starting to return back to its natural color.
Okay, so at dinner, he tells Isaac of the plan. See if we can find a bear. There has to be a bear around here somewhere. And if we bring back the skin or some proof of it, we can tell them that the bear that was in town, we chased it down and it took us a long time, so we camped out and then we came back, and I guess we'll be eating bear as well.
Can always see if there's a spirit around here that can help us find a bear.
Yeah, we can do that in the morning.
Yeah.
I got something else to think about right now. Gotta make a scheme tonight.
Or hell, find a bison pelt and say it was a Madden bison. Of course, Isaac is just chuckling about that thought.
A Madden bison with claws.
Ran through the city, pissed off that all its kin's being killed for their horns. Terrible bison spirit.
Thing is, most of the people that saw it that don't understand what they saw wouldn't believe that as much as a bear.
Have you seen a pissed off bison?
Yeah, their
I'd be
horns are
scared of
nasty.
one of those more than a bear. At least with a bear, if you stand still, they'll go away. Bison don't care if you stand still.
Well, most of the people there got that point when they were just falling down where they were pissing themselves. Fucking humans. What are they gonna do when we're all dead?
Be scared for the rest of your lives, I suppose.
Fucking human. Well, we'll look for signs in the morning.
This,
Laz asks, would the spirits rat us out? Some spirits might. Most spirits that we're going to meet aren't going to care, Laz. The spirits are a lot like mice. The spirits are a lot like the animals that they look like. So a mouse spirit or a rat spirit acts a lot like a mouse or a rat. It's just that if you have the right gift, you can speak to them. I think when we cut through Valentine, we're going to buy some different clothing, or at least I am.
Why is that?
Because I think that when we go to the oil fields, we're going to go guns blazing. I think that Heath needs to work through something, and I think that a little bit of violence is going to go a long way. And you know what? I don't mind spilling the blood of people on that land. Those oil fields are a blight.
Sure. Sounds good to me.
okay.
Tomorrow we're gonna kill some motherfuckers. That make you feel better, Heath?
Yeah.
Good. I think it'll do us all some good to spread a little bit of that good old guru violence.
Okay.
And as the night goes by, how do you guys want to track down a bear?
Well, we'll probably start pretty early in the morning because bears usually sleep at night anyway. So initially, we're gonna just look for the signs: bear paw tracks near the river, shit in the woods, whatever trackers do.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say you guys are able to find signs of bear activity a little more to the north, kind of northeast of Valentine, over in the Cumberland Forest, and along the river before it starts going into the ravine. You're able to find a bear, and I'd say with the four of you working together, that bear stands no chance. So,
Well, with this, we kind of want to shoot it. We're trying to act as human as possible. So
yeah,
yeah, we're not trying to hunt it down or anything.
okay, yeah. So you are able to track the bear down. Do you guys want to hunt it like humans would, or do you have another plan in mind?
Just hunt it.
Okay, all right, yeah. And so,
And I mean, as typical as hunters would go, as Heath would be used to, as Isaac would be used to, they want to do an ethical hunt. The goal would be to take it down in one shot as fast as possible, so it's not in any pain. We're not trying to be mean to it or anything. It's just, sadly enough, there's a situation that it could be the answer for. So hopefully, it's a brown bear and
mhm.
it dies. Even though it's the wrong color, not much else we can do.
Yeah, we'll say it's a brown bear. And who wants to take the shot?
I believe that would be Isaac. He's the one with the rifle.
Yeah, sure. I'll take the shot.
You're not taking a bear down with a shotgun. That's all me and Laz have. Shotguns and handguns. I think Heath only has handguns.
Yep. We got like a revolver peacemaker.
Okay, yeah, and we'll say it's a difficulty 8 if you want to go for a one-shot kill.
Oh, well, I rolled
You-
difficulty 8.
Oh.
You got 4 successes.
You got 3 9s. 3 9s and an 8.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Wait, how can you see what I roll?
If you hover over your success, it'll show you what the rules are.
Oh, cool. Never knew that. Oh, I did get success 8. Okay, well that works too. There you
Oh
go.
yeah,
4 success.
yeah. Well, there we go. So yeah, I'll say that you don't have to roll damage. That brings down the bear humanely and ethically,
Yes. Good for something.
and then yeah, we'll say a good chunk of the morning is spent skinning it, processing it, and loading up the bear skin onto one of the horses.
Yeah, Isaac would definitely grab some of the meat just to carry it along so they can either sell it or cook it or something like that. Claws and stuff, teeth,
Mm-hmm.
typical resources.
Every part we can use.
Yep. Just stink it for its stuff.
Where's wonderful gift?
Bear jerky.
Bear
Yeah.
jerky.
Oh, bear
Yeah.
jerky. I'm gonna try that.
So then they ride back to Valentine, where they go to the inn for a while, and Adrian, acting drunk, starts telling anybody that'll listen about how a bear ran through town yesterday and they trailed it all day. And at sundown, they killed the motherfucker. They skinned it. They ate some of it. It was great. And how badass they are and all that other shit. And blah, 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 blah. And once he feels that the rumor has gone around, is going to go around enough, he's going to leave that, go buy himself some less rich clothing, look more like a yokel, and then they're going to start riding for the oil fields, figuring that they should be able to get there by close to sunset.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the goal is.
All right. Okay, yeah. So the rumor spreads around town pretty quickly. The town is still recovering from the mass bear sighting, as you quickly find out. It's hold on, I'm about to sneeze. Phew. Oh.
Bless you.
Phew. Phew. But yeah, yeah, you find out pretty quickly that a lot of people are still trying to process what happened, and you spreading rumors of a bear rampaging through town. It definitely puts a lot of people at ease, especially since no one got hurt, and based on your story and the fact that you ate some of the meat, it definitely wasn't rabid, so there isn't an outbreak of rabies. And yeah, as the majority of the town starts spreading the rumor around, and it's accepted as truth.
Well, thank God. So yeah, then they go and get different clothing so they don't look like themselves. And they start riding for the oil fields. And when they're out of town, he's gonna look at Isaac and say, I can't fucking believe that worked. Now, if the elders catch wind, all we have to do is say, we don't know what they're talking about. That was a bear. The elders don't know what they mean, but hey, if we covered up the problem, then we're good. Hopefully.
All right, so new clothes, and you get to the oil fields, and yeah, you get to the oil fields by sunset, maybe a little bit before, because the oil fields aren't too far away from the town. And along one of the, well, I'm assuming you guys want to get like a position kind of overlooking it.
Yeah, watching it for a while.
Okay.
So we'd go on the side, it looks like of the Cumberland Forest and those hills up there so we can look down at it.
Mm-hmm. I'll go ahead and change the screen
There we
around.
go.
There we go.
I was just about to ask questions like, does it have an office or?
Yeah, I think the picture is kind of the more oil field side of it, but there is an office building. It's like as you're looking down, you're facing towards the office side of the fields. There's this large kind of brown brick building, and it has like a metal tin roof, and you see that's where the oil gets loaded up and poured into the wagons. And it's also the main structure where you would assume the office is. And then the structures on the other side would be the oil towers, the pumps, maybe some communal housing for the workers there. And as the group of you are watching the oil fields from afar, you can see the wagons that occasionally come and go, leaving the compound, and then there's a few more that come in. And it looks like each wagon has only about maybe two, sometimes only one rider, depending on how far out they're coming back from. And there are guards that cover the perimeter of the fence that surrounds the main office building.
Okay. So I'm going to sit out for the afternoon and watch. Kind of want to see if they run night shifts, if they run this place 24/7, or if it closes down at night.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Being is that oil, there's no electricity right now, and oil is flammable as shit. I don't know if they'd want to have very many lanterns around it, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
I believe electricity is in limited supply. Like, I'd say probably more in the city or even Blackwater, there's some electric lights, but since this is pretty close to the frontier, there's probably barely any electricity at all. So like Saint Denis probably has a few electric lights, and there's like the trolleys too, but other than that there isn't a lot of electricity. So there are some gas lanterns, but they are kept very far away from the oil.
Yeah.
So as night comes around, there is a night shift for the guards around the office building, but the oil fields themselves start to kind of shut down towards the evening as there's less light, and there aren't any night deliveries, so the wagons all come in for the night.
All right, so what do you three think? Kind of know what I want to do, but I want to hear what you guys want to do.
Make a big explosion.
Hmm?
Make a big explosion.
Okay.
Of course, you would go with the loudest option.
Nate, is that as far as you can think? There's lots of things to do down there.
Have a tea party.
Yeah, you're just going to stare blankly at him over that one.
He just
Chuckles.
shrugs.
Laz, what do you think?
He just shrugs.
And and Laz says, "You think I know?"
Fair enough.
What do you think, Isaac?
Well, what are we here for exactly? Like, we got the tale that this guy owns this thing. Do we?
No,
wanna
I
get rid
have
of
I have a feeling this guy owns this thing.
it? All right. How much damage would it do if we did get rid of it?
To him, pocketbook wise,
No.
we got here in the afternoon and we saw no less than 6 people coming in to grab more or leaving with some. If that's what you get in an hour, we're costing him 6 deliveries an hour. I'm pretty sure they're less right now because it was so close to being sundown. So we could really hurt this guy. My initial instinct is to try and find a way to blame it on the natives, but that would just bring them more trouble.
And we are not in the business of getting them into trouble.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to have our faces covered. We're going to go without horses. We're going to walk down. We are going to kill every single one of those guards that's guarding that gate. We are going to get into the building. We are going to find information on what they're doing out here, along with everything else. We're going to steal that information. And then we're going to burn this motherfucker to the ground. Light it on fire. I wonder how long it'll burn for. Then we might go into the Umbra to see what kind of Banes are around here. That might be a terrible fight, though. That's going to be hard. So we might have to
Especially if
rethink
you
that one.
aggravate them by burning everything.
Maybe we'll come back in a day or two
Maybe.
and visit the Umbra there. But then we're going to go back to Valentine. We're going to hunt down Mr. One second. I have this in my notes. We're going to go hunt down Mr. Blake Stone where he lives, and we are going to put the incriminating evidence of what happened hidden in his house in his possession. Once that's found out, he will no longer be a problem of ours. His own employer will have to start over again because he will be getting rid of his guy working out here. This is how Shadow Lords do business, gentlemen.
And Laz,
And lots of it, Liz.
and
Lots of it.
yeah.
We all think we can handle that?
Yeah.
So like I said, hide who you are. I'm actually thinking of going in there, and I'm just going to go ahead and shift to the next form up before we get there. That way, I really won't be recognized. That's okay, Laz. You can get a drink first. I'm probably going to grab a water, too. We are about to start rolling dice, and hopefully they will be better for me than they have been lately. Oh, God, this is crazy.
What's crazy?
How many guards are there?
I'd say probably around. I mean, I'd say 12 would be a reasonable number. It's a pretty large place.
Don't let them be for more. Yeah, they're gonna keep on watching for a while as he tells them the plan. And he's gonna go ahead and go with, if you feel the need to shift in the middle of the attack, just shift. The plan should be to kill everything. These people, they're not doing good stuff, so normally I wouldn't call for the wholesale slaughter of men just trying to feed their families, but you know what? This is a war. Sometimes there's casualties. Probably an hour or two after sunset, they start walking out of the hills straight towards that building.
Isaac will keep at the flank. At that distance going with his rifle.
And Adrian shifted to Glabro.
Okay.
He's got his 2 handguns. He's pulled his shotgun out of the saddle holster, and he's wearing like a longer jacket and a rattier vest and a bandana around his mouth because it blocks the dust and because he doesn't really want to show his face anyway. And he's just gonna start walking in there like he owns the place.
All right.
Hopefully everybody coming with him.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, he's walking alone.
That's fine
Meanwhile,
too.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
meanwhile,
That's
the other
fine
three.
too because he's got an idea. He's been wanting to try something for a while, and he just might try it anyway.
Doo-doo-doo-doo, doo-doo.
Yeah. So Adrian would probably be further ahead. Isaac would be behind everybody else. Probably. Yeah, he'll use his rifle, and if he needs to, he'll just shift and run to the fray.
Okay.
But he wants to try to pick off a few before he does that.
All right. And then Laz and Heath, do either of you want to shift forms at all, or are you staying in your Hamid forms?
Oh goodness.
Keep in mind,
What's up?
just for you guys to know, because I know that your characters would know even though you don't. If you're in any form other than your breed form, you automatically heal damage unless it's aggravated. Aggravated damage comes from silver, fangs, claws, mages, vampires, shit like that. Fire. So if they get shot, pretty much unless these guys have automatic weapons, which I'm pretty sure they don't, but if they do, unless they do, we're going to be able to heal damage faster than they are going to be able to deal it in our next form up. That's the big reason why Adrian is really shifting. It's because he's going to be able to heal damage faster.
The Glabro.
Glabro, yes.
So Heath automatically shifts into his Glabro form, and he just begins to charge in first, separate from Isaac and the rest.
Well, they're all spread out, but the original idea was to have 3 of them walking in at least 10 feet apart from each other.
Social distance is reported, yes.
Well, if one of them gets shot, they're not going to be so close that 2 of them are going to get shot with one bullet.
Yeah, they're not like stacking on top of each other or anything. Of course, they're spreading out.
Yeah, they're just walking out of the hills like badasses.
So yeah, he just goes in.
Do you want to use a point of rage to change instantly, or do you want to make a roll? It would be if you want to make a roll, it would be stamina and primal urge, and then the difficulty to shift into Glabro would be 7. Or you can use a point of rage and do it instantly. Stop that! I'll spend a point. Okay, Laz.
That's how I did it, Laz. There's no shame in it.
There's no shit. Yes, I will also spend a point.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And as Adrian approaches, there's like a gate in the fence for the wagons to go through, and there's 2 guards, one on each side. As one of the guards sees you approach from down the hill, and he raises his lantern and whistles to get his fellow guard's attention, and he says, "Stop right there, hurry!" And he says, "Stop right there. Who are you?"
When
How far away are we when he says that?
I'd say probably like a fair distance away, like maybe 50 or 60 feet.
50 or 60 feet, huh?
Maybe a little bit farther than that. I'm trying to do the math of how far away that would be.
He glances over to Heath, smiles and says, "You know what? I've always wanted to do this. Check this out." He puts the shotgun in his left hand. He's still holding it across his body, but he puts his hand up points his finger up into the air, and then points at the guy at the gate that told him to stop. Basically telling Isaac, "Get rid of this motherfucker."
and Isaac fires, I'm just gonna do a little bit of willpower just to make sure. Yeah, good thing I did a little bit of willpower.
It's like, imagine
I had a feeling.
all those successes, man.
Oh, jeez.
It's like,
100%
fire,
damage.
miss. He
Oh,
fired, and he missed.
And I missed. Hold on,
Alright.
my damage is showing up. What the fuck? There it is.
3. Okay.
He had a little performance anxiety. He just needed a little bit of willpower.
Hey, I had a feeling. I had a feeling I was going to get a 0, so I was like, you know what? Let me use a dot of willpower in this. Take that off. My willpower.
How do you add willpower to the rolls here?
Add it?
I don't know.
Yeah,
think
there's
that-
nowhere to add it.
Hang on, let me see.
There it was.
Okay, give me a second. Let's see. See.
Yeah,
Combat
I don't see anything to add willpower.
Would it be like
attack
the
modifier.
yeah? Would it be modifying?
No, because
No,
willpower would be a
um,
guaranteed success.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh, then I guess I don't know. I guess we have to
Huh?
just roll another willpower or to
Uh,
the.
Basically, it just turns a 0 success into a
a 1.
Oh, 1.
a 1 success, and the storyteller would just say, "Roll your damage," knowing that there isn't any dice rolled over because you need that 1 to hit.
Okay, there you go.
So I got 3.
So he just rose his hand to get Isaac's attention, pointed at the guy at the gate, put his right hand back on the shotgun, and kept on walking. He's still approaching the gate.
If anything, I was going to say that when he rode this lantern, that would have been enough light to see where he's shooting, and he would have shot. But I like that little flavor right there. That works.
Like they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Isaac and Adrian later on, they're going to be like, "Dude, that was awesome.
It's like,
How'd you know that I was telling you to do that?" "I don't know, man. I was just going to shoot that fucker in the face."
Yeah, and yeah, you shoot him, and he stumbles back as he takes the shot, and now the entire place, the entire place hears the gunshot as you hear multiple whistle, as you hear the other guard blow a loud whistle, and then you hear other whistles throughout this small compound as other lights start moving towards the group. And there's still the other guard at the gate. Well, one's injured and the other one is fine.
Injured. Can't have that.
They're just not in enough range yet. If they're still 65 feet out there, the range on both of my weapons is 35, so he knows not to shoot yet. He's just going to keep walking towards them and
Isaac,
expect bullets to start flying really soon.
Isaac would fire at the second one too, the one that's still up.
Okay.
No flavor on this one though.
The injured one or the one that isn't injured?
The one that isn't injured.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead and make your roll.
Just walk by and finish him off. Oh, of course.
Well, there you go. You got.
Alright, so 2 extra dice of damage.
Where's my change?
Oh,
that's-
Shit!
There goes
Just a one-shot kill on the second guy.
Isaac smiles and prepares to shoot again. Is there anybody else other than the one on the ground?
There's the one on the ground, and then you can see the lights of the other guys kind of converging towards where the injured one is blowing his whistle really loud.
I'm gonna finish off the injured one then.
Okay.
Shut that whistle up if possible. Okay.
Oh, Laz missed it. Oh, shoot. Oh, I'm sorry, lad.
Just had to show off a little bit and kill one of the guards, and then they injure another one. That sums it up.
Good lord.
He's not just injured. He's on his way to the pearly gate.
All
he
right.
did.
Yeah. So Isaac finishes off the first one and just interrupts the whistle.
Basically, what happened, Laz, is the three of them, Adrian, Heath, and Laz, I imagine Laz on Adrian's left, Heath on his right. They're walking straight towards this gate at the place, and when they got close enough to be seen, the guard told them to stop moving, and all Adrian did was put up his hand to hopefully get Isaac's attention, and then he pointed at the guy at the gate that yelled at him, and when he pointed at him, Isaac shot the fucker. Then he shot the other guard at the gate, and then the first guy that he shot wasn't quite dead yet, so Isaac just finished him off. And now they're walking towards the gate with like 20 dudes coming after him to go kill him, the three of them. And Adrian looks at Laz, shows him his pointer finger, and says, "Deadliest finger in the West."
And Laz says, "Oh my."
Adrian is actually laughing at this. He thinks it's hilarious. He really does not seem to give a shit that they are murdering people right now. These dudes are just trying to do their job. Shadow Lord's a whole group of sociopaths.
And as the three of you start to reach the gate, there's one of the other guards that reaches you within range is going to take a shot. Oof. All right, and he's gonna be aiming for Adrian since he's gonna be leading the way. And let's see,
Can I intercept?
give me just one
I
moment.
think after this we're gonna actually roll initiative, Zest.
Okay.
Or soon we will roll initiative, so there's actually turns, and then we'll be able to start intercepting. But for now, Adrian's about to get shot, and it's gonna hurt like the Dickens, they say.
Oh, it's gonna hurt like something. All right, all right. Okay. Alright, so that's going to be a rifle. Alright, so that's going to be a lot of bashing damage. Let's see. So that's 10, difficulty 6. Alright.
59.
Alright, so...
You said diff 6?
Oh, sorry, I was talking to myself. It's diff 6 for the damage roll that they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll your stamina to soak.
Oh, that's gonna be a big one. At least I have a +2.
Yeah.
Nope. Nothing.
So, give me just a moment to count up the damage you take.
Should be 4 points, right?
4. Yeah. Yeah, 4. 4. All right. So 4 points of bashing damage. And then let's roll initiative. So that's a 1d10 plus your wits and dexterity added together.
Alright, so 1d10. Okay. How'd you do that last long?
There's an initiative button under the combat tab.
Oh, there.
There is?
Yes.
Motherfucker.
So you said dexterity plus wits?
Yes. Dexterity plus wits. 1d10 plus your dexterity and wits added together.
Wow, my fucking rolls are garbage now.
Why is it rolling so much?
I got a fucking... Wait a minute. I have no wits? Really?
Wait, hold on.
That's not right. No, it is right. Actually, it is right. It doesn't even say anything.
You have
Okay.
no wits?
I have no wits of me. No, just kidding. I rolled a 5 and a 5. Okay, that makes sense now. A perfect
So
balance
you have
roll.
1 dexterity, 1 wits?
No, I have 3 dexterity, and 2 wits,
Okay.
and then I roll a 5, so it just equals 10.
He rolled a 5 and it's +5.
Okay.
Don't worry. When you hit second rank, we're going to get you Spirit of the Fray, and then nobody's going to go before you.
So I got a, let's see, 16.
16, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so Isaac goes first, I believe.
Okay.
Since that's the highest number.
Gotcha. The one that, he's still staying kind of back and just focusing down, just straight down the center. So the one that came up to shoot, the Shadow Lord, he's gonna go ahead and shoot him.
Okay.
My page again, there it is.
Oh,
Is there a way,
Damn. 6
is there a way to show the combat tracker? I don't.
oh,
See
there is.
We gotta type it in the manually now, I think.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
That's my fault.
Yeah, there's no tokens. We don't have a map. That's
Oh yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay then. So let me add 5 to that.
7 plus 5.
Oh yeah. He's dead.
Yeah.
Sorry, just
Yeah, that's right between the eyes.
Something to tell you guys here, the new players. Under the combat section of your character sheet, it's looking to me like there's a spot that says extra bruised. Why is there a spot that says extra bruised?
I think probably for some gifts.
That's for a gift, right?
Yeah.
So that doesn't extra bruised doesn't mean anything for us. But we keep talking about bashing damage. There's bashing, slashing, and aggravated?
There's bashing, lethal, and aggravated.
Yeah, that's right,
Yeah.
lethal. I mixed D&D, I'm sorry. There's
That's okay.
lethal damage. You'll note that when you click on the little dot or the little circle next to bruised or hurt or injured, that it'll make a slash mark, and then if you click it again, it'll make an X. When we say you took 4 points of bashing damage, which Adrian just took, I put a slash, which counts as 1 point of bashing damage, and then I put an X in the bruised section. Then I went to the next section and I put a slash and then put an X in that. So I'm not down all the way to wounded like it would look like. Bashing damage does half damage. This is why Adrian had no problem shooting Heath when he was in frenzy, because I think at Adrian's turn he's going to go ahead and heal automatically. What is it, 1x or is it 1 slash?
I think it's one bashing per turn, and then if you want to heal more, you make I think it's like a stamina and primal urge roll.
Okay, that sounds right. Definitely sounds right. So we are going to be getting life back. You're going to have to keep track of that. But just so you guys know, when we say it's bashing damage, you just put that 1 slash there and that counts as 1. But if you take lethal damage, it's an automatic X is 1. And the same thing with aggravated. But aggravated can't be healed naturally. We have to use a gift or time for it to heal naturally.
And the aggravated will be, if you click it one more time, the X turns red.
Yeah.
That means it's aggravated.
And hopefully this little explanation is helpful for you guys.
Yeah, less math, it just tic-tac-toe.
Yeah.
X's and O's.
Exactly. Alright, so yeah, Isaac he's trying to go for lethal shots.
Okay.
And since this dude is probably taller than Adrian, he went for a headshot and just pop.
Just pop 2 times in a row.
Yep.
All right, and then Laz, it's your turn. If you want to, go ahead and make the. I'll just say you run up into range and shoot somebody. Go ahead and make the dexterity and firearms roll. Oh, that depends on your gun. Give me just one moment. I can double check for you.
He's got the Spencer 1882 pump action shotgun, which has a difficulty of
Difficulty of 6.
6.
Yeah, it's
Damage is 9, and the range is 35 feet.
All right, so Laz, you get 2 extra dice to your damage.
Ooh, would it be 4? He got 2 crit. He got 2 tens. Damn it! I hate seeing that because it's my luck. Last, how can you roll so good?
So
Oh, yeah.
your tens count as 2?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
okay,
for some reason it doesn't seem to.
Doesn't factor in. Yeah.
So that would actually be. I think
Well-
that'd be an extra. I think that would double. So that'd be like extra 4.
Wait. You guys are talking about the 10s, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
By the book, you only reroll 10s if you are specialized in that. So he has to have at least 4 dots in firearms or 4 dots in dexterity to reroll all 10s. If shooting is his
Yeah.
specialty.
Oh, okay.
I should have been re-rolling.
Yeah, it's not automatic reroll of 10s.
All right. That's my mistake then.
Oh, that's you can do it differently. That doesn't bother me either. I'm just saying by the book, that's why it's not automatically re-rolling them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, it does have it where you can do that.
You can add specialties. I just don't know
Yeah.
what to add to my intelligence or my law rolls. So
So no extra successes.
Oh no, it's still. You know what? Let's do extra successes for today, and then next time maybe we'll do it more by the book. So, Laz, go ahead and add an extra 4 to your damage pool.
oh my god.
Yeah, Last has to look at the dice today.
Laz is about to tear a motherfucker in half, man.
God damn, Les.
Yeah.
Well, it
4.
would be 2.
He got 2 tens.
2 10s, they count as 2 each, not
Christ.
2 extra. So it would be
5 successes.
5 dice
Oh, okay.
plus the damage. Holy crap.
So nice.
All right, so 5 damage. Laz, you you come in close with the shotgun and you fire and you blast a guard's limbs off as you just leave him crippled and bleeding out. All right, and then Heath, what would you like to do?
So he's as they're going forward to the gate, he's basically raking his claws over the stone, sharpening them, and I'm gonna use razor claws.
Okay.
So that'll be my entire turn as because it takes an entire turn to charge, and I'm gonna use a rage for it.
All right. All right, and then it's going to be Adrian next.
How many people are at the gate?
Let's see. 3. Okay, 4 are basically dead. Well, 3 are dead. 1 is horribly crippled. I'd say you guys are at the gate by now, but there's like 8 guards remaining that are moving to take cover and shoot at all of you.
Are there any in a group?
Yeah, there's let's say there's a group of 3 over towards the left. They're taking cover on a platform that's used to load up the wagons.
How far away?
Let's say close enough for you to shoot at them.
Could I get to them in a round?
Yes.
He's gonna go full insane. Why not? He wants to open up sometimes too, you know. It's not just the other guys.
I feel like going ape shit.
So they're inside the gate. They kick open the gate. Now that they're there, just fuck it, kick it open, right?
Mm-hmm.
Adrian looks at the other two, says, "Well, fuck it, let's have fun." And he just all of a sudden turns left and runs at the group of 3. I'm gonna add a little bit of flair to this. As he runs, full Glabro form. Now he's wearing mostly black. He's got the long jacket on, the black hat, the bandana over his face. But as he runs, he starts forcing the gnosis into his body, mainly into his hands. But his eyes start to glow, blue, and his hands just start to shake. And when he gets right into the middle of them, he claps his hands and literally makes a thunderclap. All characters within 20 feet must succeed in a willpower roll difficulty 8, or they will be stunned and unable to act for 1 turn. And he will knock things over. He will blow shit away from him. He just goes, BAM! And it's actual thunder.
Oh, damn.
God forbid he ever does that inside of a building. You'll be able to do these too, Laz. Look at some of the gifts that your tribe has. You'll be able to do all this shit too. I figure, what the fuck? All these people are going to die anyway. We might as well just really open up.
All right, let me go ahead and roll for these 3 unfortunate souls.
They're all succeeding. What the fuck?
I know. They all succeeded.
Wow. That's it. They're from Murray.
What the fuck?
They did not live.
I'm about to get shot 3 times.
You're about to get shot 3 times.
Maybe.
Well, I'm just going to go ahead and go to my little life bar thing, and I'm going to heal up that
Yeah.
1/2 point that I...
It was hold on. It was a gift, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't. Okay, maybe part of me rolled it for shits and giggles, but these are just regular people. They're all just regular people.
Well, they might not be stunned, but they might be scared as fuck because a dude just clapped his hands and it sounded like thunder. He came walking into that bitch like he was Thor.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Should have wore your brown pants today.
All those successes.
But yeah, like I said before, you don't need the roll for a gift, so you don't have to do it here because these are just regular people. So they're stunned, they're confused out of their mind as they see you just clap actual thunder, and everything not nailed down just gets blown away, and even like the railing gets bent and snapped from just the sheer force of the impact, and they're just completely stunned and falling over themselves. as they're also knocked back with the force. All right, and then
And that's what you get when you take 5 of the deadliest fingers in the West and smack them against the other 5 deadliest fingers in the West. Class dismissed.
all right, I lost track of how many of these guys are left, so I'm gonna say 3 of them are stunned, and then there's 3 that are going to try to shoot at Laz, Heath, and maybe one of them is going to try to shoot at where Adrian is. Or, not Adrian, Isaac. 2, 3. Alright, and then... Alright, so one of them is going to shoot at Heath, so that is 2 damage rollover.
Okay. Do I roll? What was it, stamina? Or-
It's stamina to soak, but give me just one moment. Let me roll out the damage.
Okay.
Let me see if I can figure out how to type this out right so I don't have to count. Okay. Alright, so go ahead, Heath, go ahead and roll soak. And you're going to be taking 4... Hold on. Wait, hold on. So 1... Alright, so you're actually going to be taking 2... go ahead and roll soak, as you could potentially be taking 2 points of bashing damage.
Okay. I click the bashing button and oh.
Or roll... just roll your stamina.
Okay.
Or
Yeah,
maybe there's like a soak button.
There is, but it didn't work out.
Okay.
It gave me some code that I don't understand.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be 3 stamina.
Well, 3, and then you also get more from being in Glabro.
+2, so 5
Yeah,
stamina.
5 stamina. So roll 5d10. Difficulty is going to be 6. Alright, so you're taking no damage, as basically the bullet just bounces off of... The bullet just bounces off of you. Alright, and then next one is going to be... So there's... The next one is going to try to shoot at Laz. Alright, 3. Alright, so... It's also going to be... Well, let's say it's a pistol. So... 3, so... 8d10 is going to be his damage pool. Alright, so Laz, you get hit, but you don't take any damage. As it also just basically bounces off of you in a glancing blow. And then the last one is going to aim for Adrian as he tries to figure out where he's sniping from. Since
Isaac?
Sorry, Isaac, yeah.
Sorry.
Since it's night out, I'm going to make that a difficulty 8.
He's laying down too. Just
Yeah.
if that does anything.
Okay. Yeah, let's say a difficulty 8 to make it more difficult for him to hit you.
Mhm.
So it's going to be 1 damage to carry over. It's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so Isaac, go ahead and roll your soak. Alright, so Isaac only takes 2 points of damage as he gets hit.
Okay.
Alright, and then
Oh wait, so hold on. Did I do something wrong?
it should be your stamina.
Do you want me to add the +2 now, or just say forget it for Galabro?
Oh, go ahead and do the +2, yeah.
Okay, I forgot about that. Didn't matter.
Oh, no harm in rolling anyway.
Yeah.
Alright, and
Okay.
then it's gonna be Isaac's turn again.
I can't split my attack with the 1 rate of fire rifle, can I?
You can spend a rage to, I think, break your attack into, or to kind of make it 2 attacks, I think.
And do I split the attack dice?
Oh,
right? You
I
mute it, Mish. But you said, what were you saying, Thomas?
I'm pretty sure you can.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, you spend the rage, you choose how many dice you want to use on your first attack, and then all remaining dice you use for your second attack. So I would split it down the middle.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll go ahead and spin that rage. Well, actually I should ask, he's basically looking, he's straight on from the door, so when it opened up, he's just firing, what he can see through the gate.
Okay.
How many can he see there? Because if he can only see 1, there's no sense in me splitting the attack.
I'd say 2 or
If he
3.
can see any. Okay, 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Okay, then he'll try to split. I'll try to split between the 2. So I'll roll. Where is it? I'll go ahead and roll 3 for the first one, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, geez, that is a botch or a failure. I
That'd
don't
be,
know how you do
that's a
those.
failure. A botch
That's
would
a failure.
be
Okay,
all ones.
all ones. Okay, so
Well,
then
Or
the first one takes away the success. The second one counts as a botch.
well, it depends on how he wants to do it. If
Yeah,
he wants it
good point.
where,
oh,
yeah,
as,
because typically it's if you made a success and it goes away, it's just a failure.
oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
if
excuse
there are no successes, it would have been a botch.
Good
Alright.
jam.
Okay, well, let's try this one more time. Hello, that makes up for it. So that would be 4.
Yes.
Okay, so the first one he fires wide, and the second one is going to be damage 5 successes.
All right, yeah. So it's not a one-shot kill, but you cripple a guard on the next shot, and I'd say you knock him down.
All right. Probably the first one might have been a little too far away for me. And that's all I'm going to do for that one.
Okay. All right, Laz, it's going to be your turn next. Would you like to attack a dude?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll. All right, so it's 1 success, so you do hit him. All right, Laz, do you want to hit somebody that's hurt and finish them off, or do you want to hit somebody that hasn't been hurt yet?
He went off
Oh.
to take care of his dog.
Oh, yeah. In which I turn into Sean Connery for a moment. Alright, well, Laz is going to kill a person no matter who he targets. So let's move on to Heath's turn.
Heath is gonna move forward and attack one of these still standing gunsmen.
Okay?
He's gonna use his claw.
Alright. Do you want to go for the ones that Adrian has stunned?
Yeah,
Okay.
I could do that.
So-
Let's see.
That's going to be Dexterity and Brawl.
All right, give me a second. Combat, agility, and brawl. Let's see if I did this right. Did I do this right? Yeah, I guess I did this right.
Alright, so 4 successes. So it's going to be 3 that carries over into damage.
Okay.
And then you said you were using Razor Claws?
Yes, so it went down to 5 instead of 6.
Okay, alright. So, that lowers the difficulty?
Yeah,
Okay,
Uh,
awesome.
but it's all incorporated there in the roll.
Oh,
so-
I see. Okay,
So you don't have to do any calculations.
okay.
So let's see, damage. Oh, you said 3 of them, right?
Yeah, so 3 extra dice to damage.
I got 3.
Alright. Alright, so you deal 3 aggravated damage to one of the stunned guards as you just rip and claw, and it's easy. You just rip through clothing and flesh and skin and slash across one of them.
And so he whips around and looks at the other stun.
Oh,
That's
Laz,
turn
welcome
in.
back. You killed a person.
You killed
Uh,
a person. Well, yeah, there you
I was gonna ask Laz if you wanted to hit somebody that was wounded, or do you want to kill a person that hasn't been hurt yet? Probably wounded. Okay. Yeah, so we'll pan the camera back to Laz for a moment. As Laz, you're standing over the body of one of the crippled people. Let's say it's the guy whose arm you blew off, and he's trying to crawl away, and you just follow him for a few moments, and he sees you just walking over the trail of blood that he's been leaving behind. He's about to go into shock as you hear him say, "Please, no," and then you pull the trigger and just blow him apart, almost point blank. All right, and then it is Adrian's turn.
So there's still 2 down on the ground in front of me, right?
Yes.
Or
Yeah, there's
various levels of oh shitness.
yes, basically. So there's 2 that are still down on the ground, and one of them just got clawed up by Heath.
He's just gonna lift his shotgun at the one right in front of him and just fire. I say he shouldn't be able to miss, but I bet you the dice are gonna prove me wrong.
They might.
Okay, let's see here.
I'm just waiting for the botch.
Waiting for the botch. Waiting for the botch. There you go.
Wow.
Well, there you go.
Oh no, wait, that was.
Okay. Yeah, it's
No,
like,
that's a failure.
That's just a failure. I just, for some reason, can't hit somebody that's right in front of me.
you had a
Well-
change of heart for a second.
Well,
Got yourself.
we'll say that like the being stunned has worn off by now. So like at the last second, he probably like
Realized that a shotgun was getting lifted in his direction and
Yeah.
he rolled away.
or like maybe he like kicked his leg or moved his hand and just managed to knock your aim off.
That's fine. He just pumps it, shoots that round out the side, pops another one in, and he's ready to go again.
I was about to say, on that day, Adrian's heart for humans grew 3 sizes larger.
It's not these humans. Well, that's my turn. He's got 2 more enemies around him. He doesn't know if Heath is going to start eating a person or if he's actually going to go on to the next one. So he's going to have to stay here with these dudes.
All right, so I believe that's 3 left now, as the one that's horribly, terribly crippled from the shot that Isaac dealt him. The one that's crippled is gonna try to crawl away slowly but surely, just pitifully.
That poor guy.
Wow.
Like this poor human kind of picks himself up, uses his rifle as a crutch as he starts to kind of try to waddle away. The guard that Heath just clawed into, he's in various stages of like what the fuck is going on, and he's gonna try to throw a punch at Heath. Let's see, so 5d10. So that's 2 successes, and then let's just say it's a regular punch. So he gets. Alright, so Heath, you take 1 point of bashing damage as this guy just punches you in the gut, and you barely feel it.
He just kind of looked down and looked back at him with his stoic face.
Oh, and you're in Glabro too, so you're like maybe 6.5, maybe 7 feet tall, just towering over him too. He probably
Yeah.
just like punches you and probably like the abs or something.
My rock hard abs.
The dude hit you. You didn't even move. He's probably going to look up and be like, I have so many regrets right now.
He just looks up, he's just like, shit.
It looked so cool in my head.
Alright, and the other guy that's tangled up with Adrian at the moment, he's gonna decide he's too close to really shoot and hit, because once you get in melee range with a gun, it's basically just a wrestling match. So he's gonna just try to swing his rifle like a club, but he doesn't have any points in melee, so it's probably gonna miss. And it misses. As he tries to swing his rifle like a club, ends up whiffing it and just misses completely. And then it's gonna be Isaac's turn again.
So there's 1 standing, 2 standing, 1 down, or 1 standing, 2 down?
2 standing, and then 1 is trying to hobble away.
Okay.
There's like 1
Alright.
point of health left.
He's gonna ignore the hobbling one and shoot the one that's engaged with Adrian.
Okay. Alright, so 2 carryover.
2.
And he's dead.
Boom, headshot.
Just
Getting some really good successes for the damage. Holy shit.
Jesus Christ. He's like the angel of death, just raining it down from high above. Just
And
everything's dead.
Adrian can imagine, actually, he probably would be doing this, just reciting certain quotes every time he kills somebody.
just boom headshot as Adrian, this this poor guy's head just explodes in front of you.
Bullet whizzes right past your ear.
And then it's gonna be Laz's turn. Laz, because of one of the flaws you have, make a willpower roll for me. I think it's a difficulty 8.
Oh boy. If your willpower is your willpower 8?
Yes.
Holy shit, Laz. Yeah, it would be
Not
8
more
to
than
10.
me. Holy crap.
He's very well. He has a very strong will.
Yeah, no kidding. That's really good.
All right. Yeah. So, Laz, you for a moment, you just revel in the bloody carnage of the man you just killed, and it takes you a moment before you compose yourself, and you realize that the fight is still continuing on. Looks like there's one person engaged with Heath, and then you see one more badly injured guard trying to get away to the other side of the compound. What would you like to do? Yeah, the badly crippled one is not going to get very far anytime soon. So you can definitely run up to the one that's tussling with Heath and fire. Alright, go ahead. Do your firearms and dexterity if you want to shoot your shotgun. Alright, 2 successes, so you get 1 die that carries over to damage. How does that mean? You roll for damage, and then the modifier is going to be 1.
Ding.
Alright, so you kill this one too, as you get up close enough for your shotgun to hit, and you pull the trigger, fire, and you just blow a hole through him. And then there is... actually, Laz, would you like to do anything else? Okay. Alright, so Heath, it is now your turn, as you watch the guard you were clawing into get blown apart by Laz's shotgun. And there is one guard left that is crawling for the other entrance on the other side. He's not far, and he looks like he'll be an easy, merciful kill.
He's just gonna shift back to hermit form and then just walk to the injured man.
Yeah, as you see, he's leaning on his rifle. He's trying to hobble away as fast as he can, and he hears that last shotgun blast and looks over his shoulder as you're just walking calmly towards him, and he's trying to hobble even faster.
And he's not gonna rush, since for every 2 steps he take, the guy just gonna hobble 1 until eventually he makes it towards the guy and takes away the rifle.
And is there a way you want to take away the rifle? Like, you just grab it, or you kick it out from underneath him?
I kick it out from underneath him.
And he falls forward into the mud, and you can hear him just sobbing now.
He's gonna take out his peacemaker, and he's gonna look at the injured man, since he thinks that he's far away from the others, and says, "I am sorry that this happened to you guys. You were just in the wrong place and wrong time. All I can assure you is that your families will be taken care of once this is over." And he's gonna aim down and shoot.
And the last guard is dead. And then there's just a silence for a few moments as you all bask in the glory of the fight, and most of you are covered in blood that's not your own.
He's looking.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, he looks back at Adrian, walks over back and says, "What now?"
Adrian is looking around to make sure there's no more guards running up. Then he glances to Heath and he nods towards the building. He says, "Now we're going to storm the castle." And he starts walking right for the door.
Yeah, there's a few doors on this office building. On one side, opposite from where you all are, it's kind of like opens up like a barn door, but you find a door on the back side of the building, and there are some machines running inside, and there's this floor. There's a few, I'm trying to remember from visiting the place in the game, but I think it's some pumps, or some kind of machine, probably to pump the oil into the wagons, into the tanks, the oil tanks. And then on the far side, there's a set of stairs that lead up to the foreman's or overseer's office.
Okay, once they get to the door, all you missed, Laz, is that they're going into the building now that all the guards are dead. Once they get to the door, I mean, I don't know what everybody else's background is. Adrian just looks at all the machines and it just looks like a bunch of tubes and shit to him. Actually, he kind of views this is what Malfeas would probably look like in his mind.
Interesting.
Then he goes back out the door. He looks up at the hill and he does kind of a wave. And it's up to Isaac if he wants to signal that he's gonna stay and keep watch. He can stay and keep watch, or else he can come down and join them in the ransacking and blowing up of a building. If they can figure out how to blow up a building.
He would stay up there for a bit just to make sure that nothing else was drawn over with all the noise, and maybe after like 5-10 minutes, if that, he'll start coming down, head on to the building or to find them.
Okay, once he's signaled, Adrian's just gonna start going up the stairs towards the office.
What are we looking for?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure we'll know it when we find it.
All right.
Adrian's staying in Glabro. In this form, you can speak a lot. You can almost pass. Adrian can pass for human because half of his face is covered. He just looks hairy, and he's actually like just a little bit over 6 feet tall, but he doesn't look that monstrous. Instead of really claws, it's like their fingernails are going black and kind of long and jagged. As Heath showed, they definitely work for claws.
Basically, as Glabro, we can pass off as really convincing looking hobos if you cover our face. Even then, like, you're just a very hairy hobo. Although, in my case, I'm like 7 feet tall because I was taller than Adrian. So, I wouldn't be able to pass anything for a fucking freak in the carnival.
Like, the way I kind of imagine it is like the classic old movie Wolfman kind of look.
Yeah, pretty close. Just maybe not as hairy on the face. I kind of viewed it like the picture on the character sheets.
Mm-hmm.
That form. It's furry, but he's got on a shirt, a vest, a jacket, and a hat, and a bandana over his face. So his ears are pointed. Who cares? While he's shooting at you, you're probably not going to notice. And even if these people do notice, it doesn't matter. They're already dead anyway.
Oh, speaking of being shot at, any bashing damage that anybody took during that fight is probably all healed up by now, since everybody was in Glabro.
Okay, so yeah, he's looking at the machines, and is anything running? That it doesn't seem like anybody's working here right now, right?
Yeah, I guess right now the machines would be turned off, so nothing is running at the moment.
Okay, so yeah, they just go up. Well, he goes up to the office.
And then as soon as you reach the door and try to open it, you can feel something is blocking the door, like it's wedged against it.
Are there any windows?
There are some windows, yeah.
He goes to the window and just looks in.
Yeah. You see this. You see somebody that opened up the window in the office, and he's trying to climb down from the roof right now.
But we can see him?
Yes, you can see him.
How big is the window that I'm standing in front of?
Hold on. Oh, sorry, brain fart. Let's backtrack. Yeah, so you're standing at the window?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you just looking out the window, or?
Well, I'm looking into the office, right?
Oh. Sorry, I
meant like a window to the office. I was imagining one of those big offices that are above it that have windows all around it so they can watch the workers working. You know what I mean? Like the management offices.
Right. Sorry, I was thinking like windows as in like windows to outside.
No, he's trying to look in the office.
Okay. Yeah, there's no windows into the office on the inside of the building, but outside there is a window.
Now the walkway is around the office, right?
Uh,
or is it just leading up to the door?
It's like up the stairs, and then there's a walkway around the room, and the office is on the opposite side from the stairs.
So they're all the way around the other side.
Yes.
And part of it is attached to the outside.
Hold on.
Fuck it.
Let me try to draw it. So like, hold
What's the door made out of?
on. The door is made out of wood. So like, here's the stairs,
Mm-hmm.
and the walkway goes around like this, and then like here's the office here.
Okay. All right. Since he can't see inside the office, he's gonna push against the thing again. He's gonna look at Laz and Heath, kind of shrug, and then he's gonna burn a rage point, shift into Krynos, and just punch the door.
Oh yeah, the door breaks into splinters once you shift into Krynos and punch the door. It just shatters into splinters, and yeah, it looks like somebody braced the door with a chair, and as soon as you knock the door down and apart, you see that there's a window open, and it looks like somebody probably jumped out the window to escape.
Once the door's pushed open, he goes in. He glances around, make sure there's not somebody in the corner with a gun, but then he's gonna stick his head out the window and see if he can see the person.
Does Isaac see him?
I'd say, yeah, you see him. He's he looks like probably the overseer, as he is running towards the oil field side, or running away from the oil field side of the building.
I want to go for a crippling shot.
Okay.
See how much willpower do I have? I'll go ahead and pump a willpower into that just to make sure I hit. Probably won't need to, but okay, good. So that'd be 2 damage carryover, but
Or 1 damage. Well, it's 2 successes, so 1 damage carries over.
but I did a willpower.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But since I'm going for crippling, what do I?
Um,
Should I roll or do you want me to?
let's do it like a difficulty 7 to. Oh, hold on. Oh, right, you hit him.
Mhm.
No, we can just say you hit him.
Okay. Yeah, because he just wants to cripple him to slow him down or to down him, or because if he slows him down, they can always sniff out the blood if need be.
Yeah.
But or just down him completely. Not something that would kill him immediately.
Yeah. So yeah, you hit the overseer in the leg as he just falls over like a sack of potatoes.
Can't really call out to them, but Isaac is hoping that they heard that.
Well, he was actually going to howl out for Isaac to do a leg shot right when Isaac blew a hole through his leg. So he said, "Isaac's a mind reader. Great." And he's just going to turn around and look at the office and see what he has, typical desks, wooden filing cabinet, something. Maybe a...
Yeah, there's a desk, there's a cabinet, and yeah, so in the there's a desk, there's a few cabinets, there's probably a coat hanger to hang up a coat and a hat, and the desk has a filing cabinet attached to it, and in if you would like to, in Krynos you can just tear the desk apart and force the cabinets open.
Yeah, he's just going to pop them open. He's trying to keep paperwork intact at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
but they're going to want to find paperwork. There's got to be something incriminating inside here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. But yeah, he'll pop it all open, and once it's all open, he'll go back to Glabro to figure out what they're finding, if anything.
Let's do an intelligence and investigation roll to sort through the paperwork.
Intelligence and investigation. I should probably not be the one rolling this, but okay. 6, 3, 6, 5, 4, 2. I cannot roll worth the fuck today.
All right. Well, you did get 2 successes. So you do find some incriminating paperwork. Basically, it's a correspondence between this oil field and some home office, probably further up north, and just basically a discussion about a suspected, a potential discovery of oil that could be brain fart. Basically, there's a suspicion that there's oil underneath uh, the native reservation where the Uktena is. That's the long and short of it. And it's basically paperwork saying, or letters saying, oh, actually, scratch that. Yeah, it's a correspondence discussing the possibility of oil underneath the native reservation where the Uktena is, and discussing possible options to, well, it discusses the options of like negotiating with the reservation, like what do they want, what's it going to take to get them to move, is there anything we can do to force them to move, basically stuff like that. And also
Are there any written admissions as to what they've already tried to get them to do to move?
yeah, they've tried bribery, trying to buy the land off them. They've tried offering a larger piece of land as a trade. And there's also mention of possibly hiring a third party to try to move them off the land more forcefully.
Okay. He's going to take all that paperwork. Any money in here?
Oh yeah, yeah. There's probably a lockbox full of payroll.
Well, they don't have to pay their guards anymore, so I don't see why we can't take this. I mean, it's free game to me. I mean, what do you guys think? Sure, we'll take it. Okay, good. Now, yeah, take the lockbox. Take the paperwork. Look around the office for a couple of their oil lanterns, whatever they use to light this place, because that one window can't be that good.
Yeah, there's probably a lantern or two.
All right, he's going to take both of them. Yeah, he is. He's going to take both the lanterns. He's going to light them both. And they'll do one more quick search around the office, and then one more quick search around the inside of the building for anything that they out of the ordinary or anything they might want to see before they leave that building.
Okay. Nothing too out of the ordinary. There's like in one section of the bottom level, there's like a small, like a small stockpile of ammunition for the guards. There's probably coat hooks and maybe some lockers for some of the employees. Searching through the things, I'd say you do find maybe one or two more of those Society of the Weeping Moon pamphlets. But other than that, nothing strange or out of the ordinary.
Okay. When they leave the office door, or not the building, he's gonna look back at Heath and Laz and say, "Go find the guy that Isaac shot. Start taking him up the hill towards where Isaac's at."
Understood. And Heath just starts running towards the back, trying to smell the blood and try to track him down.
You smell the blood easily enough as you move away from the office, and you find the wounded and crippled overseer of the oil fields, and he's having a bad time. Isaac hit him pretty good, as he's and you see that he didn't get very far. He was crawling away, and then he just reached a point where he just couldn't move anymore. So he's resting, and when he sees your approach, he tries to hobble back up again, but it's easy enough to catch up to him and just pick him up or drag him along.
He's just gonna pick them up, and he's like, up and at him.
Once the other two are out of sight of Adrian, he's gonna turn back into that building, look at the machines, and look at where the barrels of oil are. Then he's gonna throw in the lanterns right on the barrels and leave. And he's gonna. How far away is the closest oil well. It looks like, when I'm looking here in the picture, right where the
Yeah.
water is. How far away is that?
Oh, not very far at all.
Okay.
Oh, well, I don't have an exact distance, but it's not very far.
Okay. He's going to take the second lantern, run out over towards the closest one, figuring that the water is probably polluted anyway and probably filled with oil. He's just going to chuck the second lantern right at the tower, right at the pumping station.
Yeah, it goes up in a big explosion. It's just an inferno that rises up into the sky.
Yeah.
And,
So as soon as that happens, he's gonna turn around and he's gonna hit all fours since he's still in Krynos anyway. And he is just gonna start galloping away towards the two of them, the crippled dude, and start going towards where Isaac is.
and each tower goes up in a blaze of glory, one by one. And the man that Heath is carrying is just completely bewildered and speechless as as you are carrying him, Heath. He stammers and blusters and just says, what are you doing? Who are you people?"
Don't worry about it. You won't be alive long enough to know our names anyway. Anyway, my boss wants to talk to you, so I'm just gonna drop you on the group and take a few steps back, and you can deal with him. That's all. And he's just gonna head to where Isaac is, or where he might be.
Yeah, when all that happens, he's coming out of cover because there's really no reason to stay in cover anymore. And heads down to where he sees them coming up. Well, that went about as well as I thought it would.
Yeah, you took care of most of them.
We buy a new shirt now, though. He pokes a finger in the hole in the shoulder.
And he's just gonna dump the guy in front of Isaac. And he just said, "Here, Adrian wants to talk to him.
Suppose we gotta try to keep him alive, huh?
Might be a good idea. Doesn't matter either way."
And he'll take his belt and just make a tourniquet on his leg.
Okay.
Make sure he doesn't bleed out or anything. Cause he didn't go for a kill shot like high on his leg or anything.
Yeah.
But still, wound is a wound.
Especially when you've been hitting as well as you have.
Yeah. Makes up for the last time I tried to shoot shit and missed.
While they're treating the guy, a few moments later, after they're doing all the talking and the tourniquets and stuff, Adrian comes up fast as he can, skids to a stop, full on Krynos face, right in his face, just growling, showing his teeth and just
As soon
all
as
intimidating as fuck thing.
as soon as he sees you, he screams, and he keeps screaming until he just passes out.
And
Well, now how we're gonna get questions out of him?
then he shifts down to Hamid and says, "Wake him up."
Smacks his face a couple times, hoping that he didn't just fucking scared him crazy or some shit like that.
And he wakes up with a start. He's just like, where am I? Who are you people?
We ask the questions, and you answer the questions truthfully, or that thing comes back. Understood?
And he gives a really shaky nod.
Who do you work for? Full name.
I work for Cornwall, Kerosene, and Tar.
What is the name of the person right above you? The person in charge of you?
Give me just 1 second.
Sure. John Smith. Okay, we're gonna need more than that.
I can imagine it. John Smith and Isaac get blips all over the place. Like, great.
All of a sudden, the gift goes bing bong. We have found 142,000 John Smiths in the tri-state area. Never mind. Fucking Siri.
And he stammers out Everett Holder.
Everett Holder. He looks over his shoulder to
Yeah,
is
Isaac, you get the sense that this Everett Holder is far away, but say like as far as Annesburg or Annisburg. So it's far, but not impossibly far.
Right. That's probably a few days ride, 3 or 4
Okay.
days ride.
Okay.
And he blinks confused as you say that. And he's like, "What?"
Oh, we know where he is. All we needed was his name. So you want to give us your wife's name?
No.
We can beat it out of you.
Leave things alone. God would came for them. We just put the man out of misery.
What the hell happened to Heath's voice?
You know, like I would have
Heath,
to agree if
you sound like you're in a hallway far away.
Away from you!
I agree. We got what we came for. Like, either just let him be on this way or just finish him off. Isaac starts to head over to the horses, where they stash the horses.
Adrian points in the direction of Valentine, says, "There's a doctor that way. Good luck. And any questions that you answered, if you make it to the doctor, you won't tell anybody what you told us. Just say that we came in, did our thing, and when we're done, which we are now, we're just going to go back to the individual that paid us to do this and go along our merry way, and we'll never have to see you again." All right, Zest. All right. He calls Heath Mr. Black. All right, Mr. Black, let's go find that Blake Stone asshole and get our fucking money.
I swear
And then
to
he
God,
gets
if you
up and
make
walks
this
off.
right, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Shut up, Mr. Pink.
And the overseer, he just
Fine.
looks completely speechless. And as you all start to walk away, he gets up and limps away as fast as he can.
Some bitch took my belt.
As they walk out, Adrian's gonna pick up one of the rifles because it's a free rifle. Realize what Isaac just said and takes the belt off of a dead person and throws it to him.
That'll work.
Yeah, he puts the belt on. The other one was stolen anyway.
Dude said he didn't need it anymore, so I just figured,
Works for me.
once they're out of talking distance, he's gonna look at him and say, you guys like that? How I said let's go get Mr. Blake Stone to pay us? Now the dude that you wanted to kill is gonna get murdered by his own boss. And he's the reason that we knew that this place was involved with it all to begin with. So not only did he actually turn against his boss by telling us, but now his boss is gonna kill him for us.
I see.
And we murdered a whole bunch of people and set shit on fire. Look at that shit. Isn't it beautiful? He's going to actually stop, turn around, and look at the burning oil fields.
Sometimes I wonder about you.
It's just this raging inferno.
This is the vengeance part of Blood Moon's vengeance. It's swift. It's bright. And it's really hot. Let's get the fuck out of here.
And it smells the high heaven.
Yeah, that smell's not gonna go away for a few days. Thank you.
It smelled like that to begin with.
Yeah, now you made it stronger.
This place smelled like shit no matter what.
You made it stronger, and now it smells like fucking smoke too. Thank you.
As they're arguing while they're riding away.